And News at 9.
Inside the Monkees. 50. Inside joke, folks.
Yeah.
Unless you caught it. 50 years ago this weekend, the Beatles landed in America. Their first appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show became that iconic pop cultural moment.
And WGN's Dean Richards sets the scene for that moment and the Beatles' first trip to Chicago.
In early 1964, the nation was still in shock over the assassination of a president just a month earlier. The top movies in January that year were Dr. Strangelove and Zorba the Greek. On TV, America was watching Bonanza, but on February 9th, 1964, everyone was watching CBS for the long-running Ed Sullivan Show, a variety program famous for its eclectic mix of performers. But on this night, he was featuring 4 lads from Liverpool, England.
Yesterday and today, our theater's been jammed with newspapermen and hundreds of photographers from all over the nation, and these veterans agree with me that the city never has witnessed the excitement stirred by these youngsters from Liverpool who call themselves the Beatles. Now tonight, you're going to twice be entertained by them. Right now, and again in the second half of our show. Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles!
Close your eyes and I'll miss you tomorrow.
Paul McCartney, George Harrison, Ringo Starr, and John Lennon. They pointed out he's the married one with their unconventional look and their raw pop sound that set the tone for this new generation, looking to push new boundaries.
She was just 17.
Walter Podrazik is a professor, a historian, and the author of 3 books on the Beatles.
In terms of music, because the Beatles embodied so many different influences. I mean, they could do a Broadway tune, rock and roll, country and western, rhythm and blues. They basically said anything goes. In terms of society, it was anything goes. It's your turn.
At the time, a record-setting 74 million people tuned into The Ed Sullivan Show, launching Beatlemania in America. That February, the Beatles played The Ed Sullivan Show 2 more times, and later that year launched into their first U.S. tour, which included a stop at Chicago's International Amphitheater September 5th.
Hey, from Chicago.
Hello.
How do you like the greeting?
Very nice. Very nice.
They were behaved, weren't they?
Oh, marvelous.
The Beatles would play their final Chicago concert at the amphitheater in August of 1966, but not before performing the first outdoor stadium concert in Chicago history at the home of the White Sox, Comiskey Park. The boys did 2 shows that day at 3 and 8 p.m., hosted by 2 of the top DJs of the day, WLS nighttime DJ Ron Riley and morning host Clark Weber, who introduced the Beatles on stage and then got out of the way of all the noise. Weber, still in the Chicago area, remembers.
Okay, picture this, 37,000 young girls in the audience at Comiskey Park. By the time I stepped up onto the stage, and the kids knew then the Beatles were coming on, there was such a roar, Dean, that I said to Bernie Allen, who was with me on the stage, I said, hold out your hand. And he did, and you could feel the sound passing through your fingers. It was the most deafening thing I've ever heard in my life.
With slightly less noise, tickets just went on sale for Ringo Starr coming to the Chicago Theater this summer. You can get more information at WGNTV.com. Dean Richards, WGN News.
Amazing, that's for sure.
Tom